If you're watching this right now, it's because something massive is changing in your life. And this message is about transformation, not coincidence. You are moving from wanting results to actually having them, and the pressure, criticism, and negativity that were meant to break you ended up doing the opposite. What was meant as poison didn't end you. It crowned you, strengthened you, and made you unstoppable, causing people to doubt what they thought was possible, shutting down false systems, exposing lies, and leaving top minds shocked because the setback that should have destroyed you instead triggered a rare reaction that made you stronger than ever, so strong that no one can track your next move, no one can recreate what happened to you, and no one can repeat your journey. Experts tested it, searched for answers, tried to copy it, but failed because this was a one-time transformation. The final version, and now the same forces that underestimated you are desperately trying to find you, study you, and pull you back. But you're already beyond their reach. And before we go deeper into this message, pause for a second, hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 5,000 subscribers, and comment Mr. Ledger below to show you're locked in, because if you stay until the end, you'll understand why this moment didn't break you. It revealed who you really are. They thought it would be the end of you. Every test, every drop, every calculated risk was designed to break you, to extinguish the flame within. But what they didn't account for was your resilience, your unwillingness to bow to forces stronger than you. Instead of faltering, something incredible happened. The poison didn't destroy you. It transformed you. It revealed a strength within that was always there, hidden under layers of doubt and pressure. This is the mark of true greatness, when what's meant to defeat you becomes the very thing that elevates you. You emerged not weakened, but crowned, recognized not for surviving, but for thriving in conditions where most would fail. Survival alone would have been impressive, but you did more than just survive. You adapted, you evolved, and you demonstrated that limitations exist only for those who accept them. Each moment of pain, each wave of uncertainty became fuel for your transformation. You became not just someone who endured, but someone who rewrote the rules entirely. This is the kind of resilience that turns ordinary individuals into legends, the kind that inspires awe, not because it's expected, but because it's impossible to ignore. And in that triumph lies a lesson that resonates beyond the story of poison and survival. True power is not about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them head-on and letting them refine you rather than define you. The crown you wear isn't made of gold or titles. It's forged from every time you refuse to give in. Every attempt to take you down only built a version of yourself that the world wasn't ready to witness. A version that doesn't just endure, it dominates. Expectations are often a double-edged sword. They either limit us or they push us into territory we never thought possible. In your case, the world expected collapse. Experts, scientists, and top strategists all placed their bets, predicting your failure. But you didn't just survive. You didn't just prove them wrong. You evolved. You took what was designed to break you and transformed it into a platform for growth. Every challenge became a stepping stone, every obstacle a chance to redefine what it means to rise above. This is the essence of true evolution. It doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect. It transforms the impossible into a new reality. Imagine the weight of expectation, not just from yourself, but from the world, pressing down on you like a storm. Most people crumble under such force, but you harnessed it. You took the chaos, the doubt, and the fear and turned them into engines for change. Evolution isn't passive. It requires courage, decisiveness, and an unshakable belief in your ability to adapt. You demonstrated this with every step you took, showing the world that the human spirit is capable of rewriting even the harshest outcomes. And that transformation isn't just about physical or situational survival. It's a mindset. It's the unwavering belief that adversity is temporary, but strength is permanent. When everyone else saw poison and danger, you saw opportunity. You didn't just respond, you redefined what response could mean. In doing so, you set a precedent. Evolution isn't granted. It's earned through relentless determination, relentless courage, and the refusal to accept defeat as a final answer. Life doesn't always offer second chances. Some moments are one-time, high-stakes tests that separate the extraordinary from the ordinary. The poison you faced was the final test. A test no one could replicate, no formula could recreate, and no prediction could anticipate. And you didn't just pass it, you transcended it. You became the living proof that there are moments in life where the impossible becomes possible. Moments where you emerge not only unscathed, but elevated beyond comprehension. That's the kind of rare strength that inspires legends. The fascinating part of your story is not just survival, but uniqueness. Countless scientists and experts tried to replicate the conditions, pouring resources, intelligence, and expertise into the attempt, but none succeeded. They studied patterns, chemical reactions, and physiological responses, yet you remained the anomaly. This is a lesson for all of us. True greatness cannot always be copied. It's forged through experience, courage, and a willingness to face risks others will never take. What was unrepeatable about you is the blend of mental fortitude, resilience, and action under pressure that cannot be manufactured artificially. And therein lies the motivation for anyone seeking to break their own limits. Some opportunities, some challenges are designed not to be repeated, but to define a turning point in your life. You became the standard, the benchmark that no formula can achieve. The final test didn't just measure you, it made you. It created a version of yourself that the world can't predict, control, or contain. And that is the ultimate victory. Adversity has a way of revealing true character, and what was intended to destroy you did just the opposite. Every calculated attempt, every trap laid before you was designed for one outcome, your defeat. Yet you turned the tables entirely. What should have been your undoing became your proving ground. The challenges that others feared became your training, sharpening your mind, body, and spirit into something sharper, faster, and more resilient than anyone thought possible. In this, we see the power of perspective, that the very forces meant to harm us can become the architects of our strength. Strength born from hardship is different from ordinary strength. It carries weight, purpose, and a story that inspires. You became stronger not because life was easy, but because you faced what should have broken you and refused to yield. Every painful moment became a lesson, every failure a teacher, and every test a confirmation that your potential is unlimited. Those who witness such resilience are left in awe because it's rare. Most are shaped by comfort and certainty, but you were forged in the furnace of trials. And the lesson here resonates far beyond a single event. It teaches that strength is not about avoiding danger or circumventing difficulties. It's about embracing them and turning them into something that empowers rather than diminishes. You became a living example of how adversity, when faced with courage and unwavering focus, can become a catalyst for greatness. What was meant to destroy you didn't just fail. It became the foundation of your extraordinary ascent. Systems are designed to predict, control, and replicate outcomes. Laboratories, strategies, and calculations are all structured around certainty. But you defied every system. No formula, no algorithm, no amount of testing could recreate what you became. The system failed because you weren't a product of its rules. You were a force of your own making. This is the kind of rarity that reminds the world. True potential cannot always be manufactured. Some greatness is unique, irreproducible, and unforgettable. Attempts were made, countless ones, to understand, measure, and replicate your transformation. Scientists ran tests by the thousands, strategists created simulations, and yet none succeeded. Your resilience, your adaptive strength, and your refusal to yield cannot be coded into a formula. You became proof that human potential is limitless and unpredictable, that extraordinary outcomes often emerge not from control but from courage, intuition, and action under pressure. And the motivation is crystal clear. You are living evidence that systems are limited, but people are not. While others are constrained by rules, procedures, and calculations. Those willing to defy limits can create results beyond comprehension. You didn't just survive the experiment, you transcended it. The system cannot recreate you because your strength comes from choices, determination, and a refusal to conform. That is a kind of freedom, a power that no formula or machine can ever replicate. Pressure is a test. It can crush the unprepared and reveal the untested. For most, it leads to cracks, failure, and retreat. For you, it did something far more extraordinary. It rewrote who you are. Each challenge, each high-stakes moment, acted like a sculptor shaping a masterpiece. The weight that would have ended others became the pressure that refined you, redefining your limits and revealing new capabilities that no one thought possible. You didn't bend, you didn't break, you evolved. The beauty of this transformation is that it wasn't superficial. The rewriting was deep, structural, and permanent. Mental toughness, strategic thinking, and resilience became second nature. Every reaction, every choice, every instinct was recalibrated under fire, leaving you sharper and more capable than you were before. Where most would crumble under scrutiny or expectation, you thrived, turning what seemed like impossible pressure into a defining advantage. This is the essence of human potential, the ability to take extreme circumstances and transform them into something extraordinary. Pressure doesn't just test us, it has the power to reinvent us if we choose to respond with courage and purpose. You became proof that adversity doesn't need to be endured, it can be harnessed. And in this rewriting, you demonstrated the ultimate lesson. True strength is forged, not given, and the greatest victories come from the moments that could have destroyed you. Experiments have a beginning and an end, but your story defied timelines. While others expected a conclusion, a quiet, predictable result, you refused to follow that narrative. Where the experiment sought closure, you found opportunity. You weren't confined by the expectations of observers, scientists, or strategists. You continued to evolve, to grow, and to thrive. The world thought the test would define you. Instead, you defined it. This is the difference between mere participants and true pioneers. The ability to continue beyond the boundaries set for you. The endurance you displayed is extraordinary. Most would have succumbed to the stress, the uncertainty, or the danger, but you persisted. Every hour, every second became another brick in the foundation of your newfound strength. You took lessons from every failure, every setback, and every observation, turning them into fuel for growth. By the time the world realized what had happened, you had already transformed into someone unrecognizable, stronger, smarter, faster, and nearly untouchable. And the inspirational takeaway is profound. Your journey teaches that endings are relative. When others see limits, see closure, or see finality, you see possibilities, expansion, and evolution. The experiment may have ended, but your story was just beginning. That is a true mark of resilience. Not merely surviving what was designed to test you, but thriving long after the test is over. leaving the world astonished in your wake. Failure is often instructive. It reveals what doesn't work and highlights weaknesses. Many studies are based on it. Many strategies rely on avoiding it. But you didn't just survive the scenario, you became the exception to every rule. While others examined patterns of collapse and defeat, you demonstrated the exact opposite. That one person, armed with determination and courage, can defy every expectation and redefine what is possible. You didn't just break the mold, you shattered it completely. What makes your story so compelling is that it's rooted in choices, not luck. You faced a situation where failure seemed inevitable, and yet your actions, mindset, and adaptability transformed potential disaster into unprecedented triumph. By studying others' failure, you didn't succumb to it. You learned from it, improvised, and innovated. That rare combination of intelligence under pressure and unwavering courage is what separates legends from the ordinary, and you became the embodiment of that separation. The takeaway is clear. Being exceptional doesn't come from avoiding difficulty. It comes from navigating it better than anyone else. You became the exception because you refused to let circumstances dictate your outcome. You understood the rules of failure, anticipated them, and then rose above them. That is the kind of story that inspires not just awe, but action, a blueprint for turning adversity into opportunity. The world watches, amazed, because survival in your case defies logic. People are shocked because every calculation, every prediction, every probability said you shouldn't exist beyond that moment. And yet, here you are, alive, thriving, transformed, and untouchable. Your survival isn't merely a fact, it's a statement, a demonstration that limitations exist only where we allow them to exist. It's a living testament to the extraordinary power of courage, strategy, and resilience under pressure. Shock comes from witnessing something unexpected, something that disrupts established norms. Your survival did exactly that. People who were confident in their predictions are left questioning their understanding of the world, their control over outcomes, and the very rules they've trusted. The unexpected becomes inspiring when it's grounded in skill, determination, and unrelenting willpower. And your story embodies all three. For anyone listening, the lesson is simple. Survival alone is remarkable, but thriving against odds that seem insurmountable is legendary. You didn't just endure, you amazed the world. And this amazement is not just about the physical feat. It's about demonstrating what happens when someone refuses to be confined by expectations. Survival became a stage, and you delivered a performance that will be remembered as an example of extraordinary human potential. True strength isn't something you can copy or mass produce. It's forged through trials, challenges, and experiences that test every ounce of your resilience. Your story proves this perfectly. The poison that was meant to end you became the unlikely catalyst for an entirely new level of power, a strength so rare that no laboratory, no formula, no strategist could recreate it. It's not just physical endurance or mental toughness. It's a unique combination of courage, intelligence, and adaptability that exists only because of what you experienced. When the world tried to replicate what happened to you, they failed. Every attempt revealed the truth. Some victories, some transformations are singular. You are the anomaly, the exception to every prediction and expectation. That is inspiring because it shows that greatness isn't mass-produced. It's earned through unique experiences and the unrelenting refusal to quit. While others look for shortcuts, you live the path that created something incomparable. And the lesson for anyone striving to achieve greatness is profound. Your strength can't be copied because it's rooted in authenticity, in experiences that no one else has faced in exactly the same way. That rarity makes it precious, extraordinary, and awe-inspiring. When pressure, adversity, and danger collide, you didn't just survive. You became something the world can't replicate, a symbol of unparalleled resilience and capability. People are often fascinated by results, but blind to the sacrifices that make them possible. In your case, the outcome, your survival and transformation, stunned the world. But few understand the cost, the risks, the moments of fear, the hours of struggle that went unseen. Your journey reminds us that extraordinary achievement is never free. Every ounce of progress is paid for with sweat, determination, and the willingness to confront danger head-on. The world wants the final product, the brilliance, the triumph, the power, but they rarely appreciate the relentless effort behind it. They don't see the moments you stared into the abyss and chose to move forward anyway. That's the essence of greatness. It requires enduring the process, embracing discomfort, and pushing beyond every limit. Your story is a blueprint for anyone striving for success. The rewards are exceptional, but only because the effort was exceptional. And in this, there's a motivating truth. Don't let others' focus on outcomes diminish your hard work. The real power comes not from recognition, but from the courage and grit that it takes to reach it. You became an example of how extraordinary achievement isn't just about the final result. It's about every small victory, every choice to persist, and every sacrifice that builds unbreakable strength along the way. When chaos erupted around you, when systems failed, labs collapsed, and predictions crumbled, you didn't just survive, you walked away. While the world scrambled to understand, replicate, and control the outcome, you moved forward, untouchable and free from the constraints that trapped everyone else. There's a unique power in being the one who can step back while others are still caught in panic, a power earned only through resilience, foresight, and the courage to act decisively under pressure. The metaphorical system burning around you is a lesson for life. When others cling to expectations, rules, and structures, the truly strong are those who rise above, who adapt, and who remain unshaken. Walking away doesn't mean abandoning responsibility. It means recognizing when your power has transcended the boundaries that once constrained you. You became the exception, moving forward while the chaos lingered behind, a living demonstration that mastery often involves knowing when to step beyond the rules. And this is an inspiration to anyone facing high-pressure situations. The world may try to trap you, define you, or control you, but strength allows you to rise above. You became proof that endurance, strategy, and courage can free you from systems that were meant to contain you. Walking away isn't weakness. It's the ultimate expression of mastery, the ability to continue thriving while the rest of the world struggles to understand what just happened. Adversity is powerful, but it's also selective. And sometimes it meets someone who it believes will crumble, someone whose fate seems certain. But what happens when adversity meets someone like you? Everything changes. The challenges that were meant to destroy you became irrelevant because your strength, focus, and determination were far beyond what was anticipated. The wrong person was chosen, and that is where greatness is born. When adversity meets someone it cannot defeat, this is where human potential shines brightest. Most people bow under pressure, but when the wrong person is tested, the result is awe-inspiring. The very forces meant to break you instead showcased your brilliance. Every obstacle, every challenge became an opportunity to display courage, adaptability, and power that no one thought possible. You became the living reminder that adversity only tests those who have the strength to exceed it. And the lesson is crystal clear. No matter how powerful the challenge, if you approach it with resilience, strategy, and focus, it can't defeat you. The wrong person to test adversity is the person who turns every obstacle into a platform for growth. You became that person, the embodiment of how determination can transform danger into an opportunity for unprecedented achievement. The world is obsessed with recreating what you became, but no amount of effort can replicate your journey. Top agencies, brilliant scientists, and countless strategists are all searching, hoping to find a way to reproduce the extraordinary outcome you achieved. And yet, they fail. They fail because your strength isn't a formula. It's the result of courage, perseverance, and the unique experience that only you lived. This is a powerful lesson about individuality. Greatness can't be copied. Their failure doesn't diminish your achievement. It amplifies it. Every test, every strategy, every failed attempt proves how rare and remarkable your journey was. While they look for shortcuts, you lived the process. You endured what they cannot, adapted where they would break, and emerged in a way that is unmatched. That is why they are still searching. They can study patterns, but they cannot manufacture the essence of someone who refused to be defeated. And for anyone seeking motivation, this is a vital takeaway. Don't worry about being replicated or understood. Your power lies in your authenticity, your determination, and your unique experiences. The world may search endlessly for the path you walked, but no one can take your place. You are proof that true greatness is singular, unreplicable, and awe-inspiring, a testament to what happens when courage meets opportunity and refuses to surrender. The story doesn't end with survival. It ends with transformation. You are living proof that pressure, when faced with courage and strategy, creates power. Every second under extreme circumstances, every challenge that seemed impossible, forged a version of you stronger than anyone imagined. You didn't just endure. You evolved, adapted, and emerged as someone far beyond what anyone predicted. Pressure doesn't just test people. It builds legends. What makes your story so powerful is that it turns fear into fuel. Where others saw danger, you saw opportunity. Where they saw limits, you discovered potential. That is the core of motivation, the ability to convert challenge into advantage. You didn't just survive the poison, you turned it into a catalyst that amplified your strength, intelligence, and resilience. Every moment of adversity became a tool, every risk a stepping stone, and every trial an opportunity to redefine what it means to be extraordinary. And this is the ultimate lesson. Pressure doesn't have to be destructive. When faced with the right mindset, determination, and courage, pressure becomes the very thing that transforms ordinary individuals into unstoppable forces. You are living proof that greatness isn't given. It's earned, forged in fire, and refined through challenge. And because of that, your story will inspire countless others to see pressure not as a threat, but as the gateway to their own power